Before the flood here at the Paramount, there was a lot of nice artwork, and one of the pieces was this lady, and she is solid marble, and I'm estimating the weight at about 120 pounds, so she's a little hard for me to move around and deal with. And the base down here is about 8 inches in diameter, and if you look at her in a side view, you can see that the center of gravity would make her somewhat prone to tip over, and at some point in the past that's what happened. And it's hard for you to see, but she fell over at some point in time and had a broken neck, and the head was severed from the torso. So I want to build a base that will make her stable, and we can put her on display once again. At the head of the grand staircase, or the top of the grand staircase perhaps, the mezzanine maiden used to occupy this space. She's out right now getting her total makeover. In her place, the centurion has come back, and he now occupies this place. A handsome man for sure. So I've got this slab of walnut that I ran through the surfacer and then ripped it and joined it and glued it together. It's 1 7/8 inches thick, and I'm going to cut an 18-inch diameter circle out of this slab of walnut on the bandsaw. There we go. So we've got this big walnut disc mounted a faceplate and attached to the lathe now, and it's pretty big. So we're going to use this round nose chisel, this parting tool, and this skew chisel to form a decorative edge on the edge of this walnut blank. First thing we do is just true up the disc. We've got the profile pretty well turned out on the lathe now, and I can tell you the lathe did not like turning something 1.5 feet in diameter, and I didn't like it very well either. But anyway, I don't know if you can see the profile. It's kind of a double round over, and I'm just finishing up with a little bit of sandpaper on this, and then we'll be ready to start the finishing operations. So here's Marble Mary, and I've got to perform an operation on her. I guess I'll call it a spinal tap. I've got to core bore a hole in this area in here so that I can insert an anchor in there, an epoxy anchor. I've got a drill with a core bore bit on there and a little bit of water, so we'll see if we can get set up and core bore a hole in the Marble Mary. For that. Anyway, I'm going to drill a hole there. Well, I've got Mary upside down on a fixture here down in the basement of the Paramount building. And I took this core bore bit and drilled a hole right in the base. And I can tell you that marble drills really hard. I took this piece of all thread and cut it off. I'm going to take some C6 epoxy, mix it up in a moment, and epoxy this anchor right in the center of the marble. So if you're down at the Paramount Theater in the lower level Capitol Lounge and you walk northward up these intermediate steps, and right around the corner you will find Marble Mary. Back in the theater again after the Great Flood of 2008. She was gone about 5 years, but she's back now with a brand new base to make sure she doesn't tip over and she lives a long time here.